Alright, so welcome back. So remember from last time, we start to dig more into CSS. So before we do anything, I talk about more CSS code. I want to talk about basic CSS syntax. Alright. So by the way, as you can see, this is my I code this live editor. If you want to access this, you can go to here, go to this website, where it also will be down to in link description below. Alright, so this image, okay, so this image is from w3school.com. We want to go there. They have entire lessons on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you want to go there and check that out, it will be fine. So what is CSS syntax? Well, all the CSS code that you've been so far are made up by three parts. First is called a selector. Alright, this is called a selector. So, selector. What selector would do is it going to select tag that you want to change. For example, actor tags, ID, class, and universal. Or you can select more than one. So, there are multiple ways how to select tags. Alright, I'm going to talk about them just in a little bit. And after select, you get two curly braces. You got curly braces. And curly braces, they are called declaration. And the color, the property you want to change, in this case I want to change color, and I want to change to a value which is blue. And I also want to change this property, for example, font size to 12 pixel. Remember, you always have a unit. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna paste some example paragraph in. So this is an example paragraph. Okay. Great. So now I'm gonna copy it 5 times. Just make it longer. Copy whole. Good. So this is a paragraph. And I'm gonna copy this a lot of times. So, what we will first learn is called tag selector, which is just like this. So, for example, if I want to change all the paragraph to blue, I could just type color colon blue semicolon. So this is tag, curly braces, this is property, this is value, which is blue, and this thing inside the curly braces is called declaration. Alright, so I changed out the color to blue. Good. But I feel like I only want to change second paragraph to red. I want to change second paragraph to red. So can I do that? Well, since we only want to change second paragraph, we only want to change one paragraph to red, we can give them an ID. So I'm just gonna say second paragraph. You need to remember that you cannot use number as your first character for your ID and classes. You cannot use number. You must use alphabetical letter. Alright, so make it second. So as you can see, I have multiple ways to do that. For example, I can do this. Let's see. So ID is start with hashtag hash. Then we are going to type the name of the ID, which is second, two curly braces, and this is going to be color. Don't change to red. Voila! So not only second paragraph change to red. Now I have another issue. What if I want to change all of the text? Like literally all of them, including H1. How can I change that? Well, since I want to change everything, I think it's time to introduce you to universal selector. For example, if I want to change all the color to orange, I can literally type that. Okay? But you are going to say, yeah, it do working. This H1 change and this caption change. But why don't all the paragraph changes? Well, so in later you will see that all the codes in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, even in almost in every language, is executed from up to down, left to right. So it executed this paragraph first. Actually, it executed my comment first, but it didn't technically execute this, so I think I can skip this. And this is a paragraph, which is I want to change everything to blue. Then it's hashtag second. The reason this is working is because this override this. Okay, the ID selector override paragraph selector. So this will also take consideration. But this won't override this since they already been affected. So if you want to do that, if you want to change all the color to orange, you can simply paste it to the top, which is what usually the universal selector are. Change everything to the top, then do this. You see, hey, why I put into the top, but it still doesn't change. But because they are some sort of important than this. As you dig more deeper, where if you want to watch the further videos on that, we will talk about another tag that I can use to let CSS browser know which line of code you want to execute first, which is called important. But we're not gonna go to that now. Okay, so we've been select ID universal, and yeah, same reason. We can also select class. Class starts with a dot. For example, if I have a class called class, I'm gonna do this. Everything the same, and then just type the declaration property with property and purple value. Good. So now we've been select using tags, ID, and universal selector. What if I want to select more than one selector at one time? For example, I feel like I want to change caption and the fourth paragraph. I want to change caption and all of the paragraph to blue. Let's say to purple. I'll change all of them to purple. So what does that mean? I can select more than one selector, get a caption, you need to type comma, type second tag P, curly braces, everything else is same declaration with value purple. Now it changes. But as you can see, since there's something that's really messy about the execution order and the importance of each tag. As you can see, so this is less important than the ID selector, which means this line of code will execute. This code will override this. But anyway, and you can see the captions doesn't change since this override that. So just gonna change this to none. Yeah. So we got caption and paragraph and colors purple. Good. So now we learn ID selector, universal selector, tag selector, and more than one selector, and class. Now I'm gonna introduce the final thing to you. I want to create a list of items. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna say, what do I want to say? So let's change this to black. Let's say, we learn family. I'm just gonna type CSS property that we learned so far. From family, we learned font size. We learned background color, and we learned color. And cool. We learned these 4 things for now for the property. And I want to change also color of the list color to, let's see, I want to change them to black. To pink. I want to change all of them to pink. How can I do that? Well, here's a problem com. Suppose you type unordered list, this UL tag or LI tag for the selector. Well, let's try both of them out first. So let's try UL. Let's see, will this work? So I'm going to change the color to pink. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Since order list itself does not contain any content. What actually contains any content is list items. So let's try this. Okay, it's work. Great. But there's another way I want you to know that is more specific, and we usually will type this. So what this code means is it's type on order list. So it's how the CSS code executor say, hey, I want to find all the unordered list, but don't do anything with unordered list. Instead, do the declaration for the list item inside of that unordered list. So it's just we just make selection to another level. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much it for CSS syntax on selector. So we will soon learn more property and as well as value. So thank you for watching this video, and also as you can see, I have a GitHub website. If you want to go to check this live code editor out with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript jQuery, now go to here, go to this link, but it's not saving for data, so you can just try them out. Or you can also go to codepen.io, something like that. And if you would like to help me on create better videos, please contact me. You can go to my GitHub repository. You can use Git to push your code into there if you want. And there will also in the link of description below. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.